This is Brandon. This is Savagetimetv, another episode, and today we got AMillion, the poet, with us today. How you feeling today, bro?
Man, I'm feeling real good. How you feeling? Matter of fact, can they hear me? You know,
They can hear you.
I'm feeling real COVID one in A right now.
Okay,
you know, COVID one in a million. That's how I'm feeling right now, man. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, I'm happy to have you, man. Like you said, COVID has put a little bit of things on hold for everybody. But is your family good? Everybody doing good during this pandemic that we going through?
Yeah, actually, I just checked on my daughter now right before I walked in here. We had a little annual FaceTime, you know, before, international artists, before poet, before all that. I'm a father first, so, man, I'm here. I'm just happy to be here.
Okay. And if you could just tell us, just starting off, just where you from?
Represent Delaware. Okay. Represent Delaware. I was actually, I was born in Washington, D.C., but I came here at a very young age. So I just been representing Delaware everywhere. I feel like it's like a father, you know what I mean? Like a father who has a child, who raises a child. So even though I got a lot of love in the Chocolate City, you know, I'm proud to say I'm from Delaware and represent everywhere.
Okay, and I saw that you was from D.C. and I made that connection with you playing ball overseas.
Yeah,
because everybody knows. Look, that's basketball county up in that area. Kevin Durant about to come out with something like that, and I saw you play ball overseas, and I wanted to ask you about that. How was that experience playing overseas international?
Oh man, that was dope. That was almost as dope as rapping internationally. You know what I'm saying? That was my first love. Of course, I'm in love with what I'm doing now, but it was dope, man. It allowed me to, took me all around the world, you know, as far as Italy was concerned, Italy in the Euro League. But as soon as I got over there, is actually when I found out I was going to have a daughter.
Okay.
And I wanted to be hands-on, so, you know, it was
get up there.
move. Yeah, but it was blessed to say I made that, though. I wasn't going to stop until I had to hit that professional level before I was able to walk away. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, man, because playing ball overseas and then being from Delaware, man, that's an accomplishment. So just like congrats to you, because you know people don't get their roses. I always tell people that, man. Congrats for that. And the poetry, you're a poet and you're also an author. Tell us about how'd you get into poetry? When did you start writing down your thoughts like that?
Man, I think it was always how I thought.
Okay.
Like even my mom back with crayons, I got literally rhymes, poems, and you know, that was my intro into this hip hop world. A lot of people came into the game by a hot mixtape or a hot single or radio single. I'm proud to say, like, I had a best-selling book before I had an album out, where you was really able to feel my words, feel me without seeing me, you know, without me smiling and all that, you know.
For sure.
So that's kind of how that happened. That happened my first 4 years when I got back overseas. I built up my buzz, you know, did a lot of open mics, a lot of free ones, and then I was able to, you know, start really capitalizing off my gift. And it flourished until I had a best-selling book. And I just continued to evolve. Met a broski by the name of Victory. And after we put that hip-hop project out at, you know, MTV, BET, 5 years later, we sitting here with Savagetimetv.
Man, like I said,
long story
blessed,
short.
man, blessed. And that's just so crazy to me, because like you said, that's so different for you to already be kind of into that world of putting your thoughts on paper and already receiving that get back of my thoughts do reach people, I do influence a lot of people. But when did you know that the mic was going to be your tool to fuel your passions and your dreams?
Man, like I said, I was at the 5-year mark. I do my marks based on when I walked away from my 9 to 5.
Okay.
So I walked out on my 9 to 5. My daughter turned 2. She's 13 now. So I spent my first 4 to 5 years strictly being a spoken word artist and put my book out and running with that, like just learning the grind hand to hand. And then I would say that first year is when I knew, because I hadn't seen success like that from my first project. I trusted my broski Victory, God rest his soul. He passed away a year after that.
Rest in peace.
But he was always telling me, like, yo, AMillion, like, you put my beast with it, you know what I mean? Let's get together, just give it a try. Because I was cool. I was, you know, I had some early dealings with the industry and I didn't really like it. I had an early developmental deal. When I was still playing ball, I didn't like it, you know? So I know if I did, I was going to do it from a ownership perspective, do it from a whole different, you know,
mindset,
a whole different vibe and mindset. And he called it right, because the first project, Poetry in Motion, the soundtrack, first video was on MTV. I'm going to the BET Awards. That's when I knew, you know.
Yeah, for
sure,
bro.
I mean, I'm just glad that even after that, I was able to, continue the work process because I knew I had an early opportunity than a lot of people that had put more time in. So I just valued that and made sure ever since that day it was a 24/7 with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, for real, for real.
Well, one, you definitely get what you deserve. So even if somebody didn't put as much in, I'm always like with the thought that you get what you put in. You can't cheat the game. So
Oh, no, you can't do that.
You can't cheat the game. So like you said, putting 5 years in as a poet, like
Yeah.
to spoken word, that right there.
And I always told people, man, I was rapping to my heartbeat. Once I got beats, it was just easy. Like, I never had the poetry where people were snapping their fingers. It was getting real emotions. So I knew I could move people. It was just a matter of how I wanted to do it once I got the music, and then it became a movement.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And your music is categorized as a hip hop soul. How would you describe your sound though?
Definitely soul, from the heart.
Okay.
Straight organic, from the heart, and I'm reaching hearts. After that, I would probably say definitely international. It's diversity. I have a wide audience, from youth to, like I said, the different countries I've been to just having a grown appeal, an urban sophisticated appeal. That would probably be the last word I would describe my style, urban sophisticated.
Okay. And why do you still go by AMillion the poet, even though you've evolved more past maybe the poet and as an artist all around?
Well, when I think of evolve is a circle, right? I don't think I want to be rapping and jumping all on stage when I'm 50. But I think I'm going to still be able to end up coming right back, having some books. You know what I'm saying? I know my tombstone is going to have a poem on there. Like, to me, my favorite artists were always poets. To me, it just represents I can move you with the beat or without the beat.
Okay.
So I let other people do the boxes and the margins, and I just go wherever God tell me to go. So somebody might be like, oh, he one of the top poets and he one of the top artists. I just let people do what they do. You know, I'm just doing God's work. So
okay.
If that answers the question, the evolution is full circle. So
full circle.
It gave me the voice to get here, and I feel like that's gonna be my last voice. You know what I mean?
Okay. And like we were talking about before, you're a father first all the time. Tell me about your daughter and her role in your career and just your life. Tell us about that. Tell us about her.
Man, like I tell people I ain't have a dollar in a dream. All I had was a daughter in a dream.
Okay.
Imagine leaving that overseas contract and coming back to nothing. Leaving that money on the table. But just seeing her eyes, you know what I mean? Like, her smile was worth every mile for me. You know, and it just means everything. Like I said, I was just talking to her before I came here. She's so used to it now. She done literally grew with me in my dreams. And now she got her own. Like, we done been put out books together. She's a all-star cheerleader, gymnastics, honor roll student, you know, and just a real great, you know, young queen now. She just turned 13. I can't even say princess no more. You know what I mean? But definitely everything.
Okay. And influence-wise, you would talk about you being an international artist, and I really wanted to talk to you about that because just me, I was in the military before this. I was in the Navy, so I traveled the world a lot, and I know how being international, around different cultures, immersing yourself can change your mindset so much and make you so much more. I always say it makes it easy to talk to people, to relate, because you're so used to already having to adjust to different cultures all the time. I saw that you've been to the UK, you've been to Denmark, you've been to all these different places where the cultures are different. Yeah. And they look completely different. Yeah. So you learning how to move like that and how to integrate yourself with those people. I just wanted to talk to you about that and just ask you, like, how has just purely being international changed you and made you, just maybe helped you at all?
Man, it's a catch-22 because I didn't do it with the plan of I just want to do it. I did it because I had to. This was how I had to feed my daughter. So after I saturated the market, which was so small in Delaware, I had to really go because we didn't have those platforms. You know, now I was able to do Firefly. Now I'm able to have my shows at the Live Nation and stuff like that. But at that time, 5 years ago,
it wasn't like that at all.
Once you get done selling a couple of the bars and the clubs out, where you gonna go? So I literally had to go get on the road. So even before overseas, I hit almost every state. It's not a state that can't say they ain't see AMillion. You know what I mean? Like, literally and lyrically. So once I did that, it was like, what's the next? I've always been, if you hear me always say it, next move, best move.
Next move, best
I've
move.
always been like that. You know what I mean? But coming from a place like this, I had to.
Word.
I always say, like, if you can't change the state you in, you gotta change your state of mind.
Okay, yeah.
So I had to live by them words.
Yeah, for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? So by doing it, I mean, it was hard.
For
You
sure.
know, it was hard, but I love it now. Now it's like I'm more comfortable being uncomfortable.
There you go.
You know what I
There
mean?
you
So
go.
it's I'm loving it now. Only thing is I'm just, you know, I'm supposed to be in UK right now with this COVID. You know, I'm supposed to be
telling
back.
me I was supposed to visit Dominican Republic. I wanted to
Yeah,
go.
I
Wanted
had
to
a
go
tour
to
there
Africa.
too, yeah.
I wanted to go to Africa. I was
Yes,
supposed
sir.
to finally see a little bit of Europe.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, COVID has definitely kind of shut that stuff down.
It's gonna come though, man.
For
Like,
sure.
you know, it's gonna come.
Yeah, man, you being an international artist, I saw that and I was like, so he already know what it is he already know what it's like outside the United States, just even
Yeah.
being just treated, even as just, we gonna talk about this later, just as a black man, just the way they treat you
Listen.
is completely
Listen.
different. I try to tell people like, you really just gotta experience it.
It's
some
no
different.
machismo. It's no cut. You know, sometimes you grow up in the sandbox over here, and sometimes people look at success as an indication of their failure sometimes, which they shouldn't. It should be like, yo, I made it. We all can make it. You know, that's how I look at it. And when other people before me did, I was inspired. But sometimes that's what comes with it. So, you know, you just got to stay humble and just keep going.
Word. And which do you enjoy most, performing the music or writing down the poetry? If you had to choose.
It's a different feeling. It's like saying what's better, getting high or getting drunk.
Well, I'm going.
Or I just say grooving. We don't want to.
I'ma say-
We don't want to say get high or overdose. But all I'm saying is it's like two different euphorias for me.
Okay, I see what
You know what I mean? Like one is a natural high that you get, and the other one is a feeling that it's an excitement. It's better than damn near sex. You know what I mean? When I'm on live and performing, like it's two different feelings. So I can't.
I seen that Firefly. I said, yo, I know he felt that energy.
Oh man,
I
it
know
was
he felt
love.
that energy.
Especially at home because I'm used to doing it on the road.
Word.
So that was a great home game for me.
For sure. And congratulations on being selected to the Force for the Culture. Tell us
That's
about
dope,
that. How does
man.
that feel?
Listen, you doing your research, man. That just happened. That's not even 2 weeks, so I kind of don't know how to feel about that one because
Yeah, man.
I just know
Forbes
what I
is
lost
big.
in tour money. So you talking about Forbes and people all of a sudden want to think you. I'm like, no, this ain't the Forbes top 10 list. I ain't know. I'm still a million. It's still one in a million. It ain't. Look where the camera at. Not a millionaire yet. The goal is to be a trillionaire, though.
Hit my guy up. You've been
Yeah.
on Forbes.
Yeah, but one thing I can honestly say, you know, salute to my mother. I already gave her present, so that's the one thing I could say is, like I just closed on our house not even a year ago.
Congrats.
So
Congrats
like
on
this
that.
Mother's Day is gonna be real.
Real.
Yeah, it's gonna set in like, yeah, man.
And I
It-
think,
we
and
all
I
right.
think this Mother's Day is gonna be a sneaky good one because everybody's at home. Everybody's been home, so I think this Mother's Day is gonna be. It's gonna be something that I think a lot of families need, especially in the black community. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be something, you know, a lot of people don't come together around the holidays, especially in our community, you know.
Well, it's gonna be both.
but-
But I look at it both ways because it's taught me how important family is. But I also think about like Ahmaud Arbery, like who just passed away.
Word.
How's his mom gonna feel this Mother's Day?
Word.
My assistant's mother just passed away right in front of my eyes when I just got back from touring Canada. Like how she gonna feel this Mother's Day?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a catch-22 because some people gonna be left home to really sit there.
That's true. That's
I
true.
try to think about both sides. So salute to all the mothers out there. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but salute.
And what has been the biggest hurdle you've had to overcome as an artist?
We kind of just touched on it. Losses, man. Like every part of my life, I've lost people that was close to me. Before Victor, I lost a best friend, KP, Kareem Peterson, Domino. These people, best friend who was a real big supporter, Lee. He got locked up. He's finally about to come out after some years. Like I kept losing a lot of people while I was getting these wins, so I was kind of not able to really celebrate them.
Yeah, that survivor's
It
guilt
was like
creeps
it
in.
was like a bittersweet, you know.
Word.
Like think about Victory. He's like, yo, you can be the one from Delaware to really take it far. You know what I mean?
real.
A lot of people had great success, but I mean like internationally, I was like, all right, man, I hear you. And then like I finally get that ticket, and then I call him. He can't answer the phone. And I found out he just passed away when I got back from the BET Awards.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, rest in poetry.
Rest in poetry.
But we lose people and we gain angels.
Word.
So that's kind of how I gotta take it. But that's been the toughest thing to overcome, the real losses, man. My uncle, like, it's a lot, man.
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
People don't understand the things you got to sacrifice and things you have to really. People think they just see where you at, and it's like, oh, he played basketball, he tall, man, he probably just, he probably walked into that, but people don't know.
I come from Delaware, like that's, man, listen.
People don't understand that
Delaware
grind
different.
Anywhere,
but
yeah.
I think you said it, man. You gotta go through the nightmares and make that dream come true, and I've been doing that. I've been doing that.
I was listening to some of your music and something that clicked with me because, again, the international I saw, it was called 6 p.m. in London. Could you explain that record? Could you explain that record for us a little bit? What's
crazy is it's 6 p.m. in London, but it's really a Dear 302 letter.
Okay.
Because it was that bittersweet feeling. I was just sitting in my hotel and I'm looking down at the club and I just got the call that it was a sellout, right? And I was like, dang, that's dope. All right. And then I look around, I'm like, dang, my team ain't here. Like I couldn't, it's like I couldn't share it.
Word.
So sometimes it's like lonely being out there and, the people can't really touch you. You feel like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a bittersweet. So when I advise anybody, wanting a tour out right now, COVID winning they on the way, but listen to that 6 p.m. in London. You're gonna see what I'm talking about.
For real. I like that record. I said, I gotta ask him about that. Tell me about some defining moments in your career other than your daughter, the tours, or even some people didn't notice, receiving the key to the city.
Damn, I think we kind of talked about it. That key to my mom's home, man.
Say it again, bro, because it's important.
It's Mother's Day important. 2 days, man. Like
ownership, bro. That's different.
I remember somebody. I remember seeing somebody online talk about. He's like, yo, we can't wait till somebody from Delaware make it, like, so we can support them. I'm just thinking to myself, like, what's your definition of making it? Like, I made it just by surviving, cuz. Like, that already made it. You can't tell me nothing. But going overseas, just being able to provide for my daughter off your dream, don't get it twisted. I've been late on some bills, but just being able to provide, come on, man. Ownership, equity.
Off your dreams.
Off your dreams, like, and then closing on your mind. I know people that y'all think got a deal and all that ain't doing that. Word. So it's like, where we at with this, man?
For real.
So that's real. That's from me to you, like.
Okay. Well, I definitely could say the ownership, and that's something I always talk about with our current generation. Is I'm glad that information is getting more shared about. Yo, you can own your own thing. You don't got to go out and look for a job and have to depend on somebody else. You can own your own thing.
Yeah.
Following your dreams and passions, because everybody got something that you passionate
Everybody
about.
got something in them that's one in a million. That's why this movement bigger than me.
Word.
You know what I mean?
And could you define mental health for me? What does that
deep.
mean to you?
That means everything to me. My only 9 to 5, actually, as you was just talking about, was as a social worker. I done worked in everything from state agencies, adoption, foster care, Dover behavioral psych wards. Like, I really, had a passion for helping people help themselves. Now I have my own workshops where, I'm trying to inspire the next rappers and the next poets and the next dancers. Like, hey, you can do it too. So I got my own workshops, and that's kind of like my help you help yourself. Like, mental health is big, man. We blessed to be blessings, and we all going through it.
For real, mental health,
we all going through it.
Mental health in the black community is something that it's not talked about a lot. It's something that when some people bring it up, it's kind of pushed to the side. But I saw that through your music, you could definitely feel that you make people want to open up and talk about things. You definitely are vulnerable in your music and make it so that people can be comfortable talking about feelings and stuff like that. I feel that in your music, so I just wanted to talk to you just about mental health and what that meant to you. But tell us about your new project, COVID 1NA.
Man, it's very organic.
Okay.
I'm letting you literally and lyrically know what I'm going through, you know. Postponed tours, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to diversify this hustle. So I feel like recipes is meant to be shared. So it's like if I can bring people in to what's going on, like I just feel organically that's where it is. And it just became a life of its own, man. It started with one song called The Quarantine. Next thing you know, I got a, I'm waiting on her verse right now. You know, a Grammy Award winner. Salute to her. We were supposed to have a show out in LA and it got canceled, so we was like, why not work?
Okay.
So that song was like, all right, this is gonna be my thing. Boom, boom, boom. Then next thing you know, another song came my way from a producer I was about to meet up in Texas, you know.
Okay, producer in Texas. We got producers in Texas, Grammy Award winners.
All my projects like that. So when you see One in 8 tour, each song is at a different place of where I perform. And that's how they all organically come.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
dope.
when I did Key This City, I just won that, but I wanted to tell people like, shit, I ain't know about them type of keys growing up. Like, let me show you and bring it to a humble point.
Okay.
And show you like where I came from. When I did Road to Firefly, I wanted to walk people through that journey. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these projects, go check them out if you can.
For sure.
But yeah, all of these was just organic things. So I wanted to, use a negative name or a negative connotation and turn the COVID into One in 8. We ain't giving the 19 no power.
Word.
We gonna give them the cure.
Okay.
Social distance, you feel me? Like
Word.
I get the Texas soul, social distance. Like,
that's
yeah.
you use, like you said, you diversifying and using your mind, and that right there, that's clever. That's clever right there.
Yeah.
Tell us about your goals for the next 2 to 3 years.
Oh man, I just want more to keep blessing more, man.
Okay.
Like success to me is about blessings, so I couldn't really name an award. Those would be nice icings on the cake. Billboards this year be nice icing on the cake. That's the only thing I haven't accomplished, from international tours to sold out shows and providing. But let's go ahead and now say, we can knock down that door too, commercially.
Oh, for sure.
And not just independently. So
you definitely, I ain't gonna bullshit you. You got the commercial. Like it's not gonna be hard for you to make that bridge over. Like, you know what I mean?
That, man.
For real.
That's
Like I'm being honest.
It's hard for us to tell one another this. You know what I mean?
It's hard. You know how it is, bro. People don't like to give people their roses, bro, and like tell people like, man,
tough.
like, bro, you doing what you need to do. And like I said, even harping back on it for the third time, he closed on his house for his mom. That's big, man. Bro. That's big. And then coming out of Delaware, I know what it's like. When I went away to the military, and you tell people, "Yo, you from Delaware?" People, the jokes.
Yeah, where?
The jokes come, and it's this, that, and the third. But you like, all right, I'm gonna let you. You gonna feel me though.
Right.
You gonna feel me.
Right.
You gonna remember Delaware after
Yes,
you done
sir.
dealing with me. So I feel that energy for you, and I can respect that. So I'm gonna give you your roses. You know what I mean?
All right, man. I appreciate
sure.
it.
And I see that, we all listening to music. So other than your music, of course, what would you say is some of your favorite music out right now?
Let me just think organically. I'm still listening to Nipsey.
Of course, rest in peace.
I'm in album mode, so I can only listen to music to touch my soul right now. But I do like to listen to a lot of different things just to keep my mind out there. But when I'm in album mode, it's like Nipsey, Kevin Gates.
Okay.
I like his energy. Who else am I listening to right now? A little bit of everybody. I like Wale, J. Cole, Drake's new album.
Did you see that Sue Me video?
Yeah, definitely. He's actually the first artist I ever opened up for 5 years ago.
You opened up for Wale,
5
bro?
years
That's like
ago.
my favorite all-time rapper.
Man.
I ain't even, see?
5 years ago, and now we, performing on the same stages, so hopefully we can work together too. Things like that is what I see when you say that 5-year plan. Just working with more people, helping more people. That's it, man. Next move, best moves. Everything just keep it evolving.
Word.
My workshops turn into summer camps, and I want to have some more ownerships of buildings and commercial properties I'm getting into.
Okay.
Just who knows, sky,
It's
heaven
all,
the limit,
it's all
man.
gonna work. It's all gonna work for sure, bro.
Appreciate it.
And I know you play ball overseas, so I know you probably been looking at the NBA, but they shut the season down.
I know that was tough.
But
who
did you have winning the title this year?
Man, I follow more players than teams.
Okay, so what player you thought was gonna get a ring? Who you thought was gonna get a ring this year before it was canceled?
Man,
I had the Lakers. I thought it was gonna be LeBron and them this year, honestly.
It was looking like the Lakers versus
Bucks.
It was looking like the Bucks. I actually, before Ben Simmons got hurt, I really was rocking with Philly. I really thought Philly had a chance.
Philly's just inconsistent, but when Philly's playing, I feel when Philly's playing basically the way they should, they
Right,
hard.
right.
Ben Simmons 6'10" out there.
Right.
playing point guard.
But see, I thought a lot of, man, listen, this conversation can go somewhere else,
Playing
but
point guard.
I like what Houston was doing out there, man. Salute to the NBA.
Word.
Definitely.
Word. And just wrapping it up, like I said, you all know this with your community work, that you're an influence, you're a role model for people that you know, people that you don't know, people that you see, people that you don't see, people that, you know, have only heard you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everybody needs to hear just a quick message, if you could, just about following your passions and your dreams. Could you just give us a message to the youth about following your passions and following your dreams?
It's in you.
Word.
It's in you. Like that 1 in a million, everybody behind that camera, every youth behind that camera got something in them that can't nobody do the way you do, how you do it, or like you do it. And once you find that, you got to define that. And then that's when you make your next move your best move, man. You can live any dream. I do not believe when they throw these statistics out here, like, I'm really 1 in a million. And I ain't talking about none of those awards you was talking about. I'm talking about just to even get to this world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was a story and of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's in you. We all got stories. Why not make history? You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah, so that would be my advice, man.
Okay. And again, this is AMillion the Poet. And it was great. Thank you for the opportunity for letting me interview you. Thank you for coming out. Is there any last words you just have, just where we can find you at, YouTube, Instagram?
Man, listen,
Tell us.
1 in A tour is out now on all streaming platforms. COVID 1 in A is on the way. We just sold out of a first shipment of masks. I just left UPS. You know what I mean?
Word.
Only thing is like, look, can we give him some bars? Can we get some bars? Huh? You feel me? What you want? What you want to hit?
Let's see. What do I want to hear?
I'd give it something like, where we at right now? COVID, right?
Yeah, we at COVID right now. What you got for us? We at COVID.
I bought my beat while they was buying groceries. They was stocking up. I'm thinking how to get my stock up. I'm thinking liquidation while they mop up. They trying to catch the drip, I'm trying to cop up. Huh? Hold up, my nose stomped up. That ain't the corona, I'm a loner. But the flow sick like Vicks in the aroma. Rock on the mix like Vic on the controller. Vibe on another level, shine on another devil. Say love is blind, so we grind till they see it special. The quarantine got us on lockdown. In case they purge, I got my new Glock now. No NBA or hustlers on the block now. March mad but can't advance to the next round. Huh? Yeah, man. Next move, best move. COVID 1 in A on the way. Appreciate you. Big shout to Concept 21 Studios, Savagetimetv. Let's get it.
All right, man. This is AB Brisley, Savage Time TV. We out. Check us out.
Let's get it.